Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And man, this situation is turning into a disaster. So I made a video earlier letting you guys know that T-Mobile was having a network outage and that I was anticipating it to be resolved within an hour or two of making that video, or perhaps by the time of the making of that video that the problem would be fixed. Apparently, people are still saying in a lot of areas the issue still is there. They still can't make calls. Text messages are dropping. Just a complete disaster. So in the comment section, I was reading that people were saying that AT&T and Verizon were also having very similar issues. I, for one, on AT&T, I didn't have any issues. I was able to still make phone calls, send messages from AT&T to AT&T, AT&T to Verizon, and also still AT&T to T-Mobile, but very choppy and the call would drop. Now, this is the point where it's turning into a disaster is the FCC is now going to be involved, and they're opening up an investigation on this network outage, saying it's unacceptable. And in a way, that large of an outage, from what I was being told, I figured the FCC would step in, because the fact that T-Mobile is now wanting to offer a service to the first responders with such a large network outage, it's not a good look. Some people were even telling me Wi-Fi calling wasn't working on the T-Mobile network. And then after that fact, T-Mobile was telling customers to use WhatsApp, FaceTime, and a couple of other apps to make phone calls because they were able to restore the data. Now, how big this will be, I don't know. We'll see over the next few days how the FCC perceives it, what the investigation will hold. But they are looking for answers, and the American consumer, of course, also wants answers. I think in the other video, I also said it. I think the consumer is probably just going to be getting a credit of some sort. I'm sure T-Mobile will release an official statement as to what really happened. I was seeing some of the customer reps on Twitter saying that it was a routing issue, which that makes sense why the calls weren't working. But I'm waiting for more of an official statement from Neville Ray himself as to what happened on the technical side, that this large of an issue was happening. Also, there is a rumor going around that it was a cyber attack. I don't know. Like I said, I don't have anything official on that. But right now, the FCC is just quoting the T-Mobile network. They're not saying Verizon and AT&T. In fact, within the last 3 hours, AT&T and Verizon have released statements saying that their networks were not affected by any outage. The people were quoting the down detector. Usually, from what I was being told, they just go by what people are reporting. And AT&T and Verizon customers that weren't able to receive phone calls from T-Mobile customers were also thinking that their network wasn't working when it was the T-Mobile network that wasn't able to reach them. So, and vice versa, if you were an AT&T and Verizon customer trying to call a T-Mobile customer, it wouldn't go through. So you were thinking on your end that it wasn't working, when in reality it wasn't down. It was the T-Mobile network. Now, of course, the United States is very large. So you could have, ironically had an issue in your area for whatever reason. But on a nationwide scale, I think only the T-Mobile network was affected, as we see here that the head of the FCC is saying the T-Mobile network outage is unacceptable, and I agree. Now, if you want to have a first responders network, we've talked about it, it can't be out nationwide for one, and this long. People are saying as of 10 p.m. now, they're still not able to use their phone, which is, it's been down since about 1 p.m. is when I started seeing people complaining about the service. So let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. Did you think it would escalate to the point where the FCC had to step in on an investigation? Do you think this is shady from T-Mobile? Or do you think it had something to do with the network integration, that something went wrong on the software side? I know I was aware that T-Mobile was moving an additional 1 million customers to Sprint, but if you look at a nationwide basis, it's really not that many customers per market. So I don't think that really had an effect. I just think something technically went wrong on T-Mobile's end. Maybe some of their servers went down on the core network. So we don't know. So I'll definitely make another video when Neville Ray releases an official statement, and I can guarantee you there will be an official statement from T-Mobile as to what happened, and the FCC is going to require that from T-Mobile. So if you are new to the channel, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. If you have been on the channel, you can go ahead and end the video now. But if you are new to the channel, make sure you hit the YouTube notification. YouTube has been dropping the ball on pushing out notifications. Sometimes it's on time, sometimes it's late. So make sure to follow my Twitter, which will be in the description down below. I do post the videos with a link on Twitter as well. And this is Tyrone with Tech Life, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.